Ray is the most typical small town, honest guy that I know. I can speak about that because I'm from a small town.
You know, you see Ray's character right away as a wonderful leader.
He's tireless in what he does. The other thing I like about it, he gives credit to other people. He works quietly behind the scenes.
I look at Ray personally as someone that has carried himself for a long career in both public and private life. He's giving back, making a difference, and leaving the place better than he found it. Good Boy Scout that way.
This is a guy that has been recognized by people in leadership as being able to get things done in a very positive way. So 3 different governors have appointed him to positions of authority and leadership.
You know, I think Governors Clement, Bush, Perry all saw the kind of qualities in Ray Wilkerson that we all see, which is that they knew he was the real deal.
His dedication was to the future of Austin. He always liked to say, you know, we're ahead of schedule, but behind need.
He has been appointed to more roles of extreme importance where he doesn't make a dime. LCRA, CTRMA, he has worked so hard at those.
Well, we have a building across the street in Redbud called the Ray Wilkerson Center. That facility is focused on helping educate young people as how the river works. Ray has a real conservationist heart, loves the outdoors.
The Colorado River was one of those things you just can't ignore. Without the Colorado River, there would be no Austin. Years and years ago, it used to be one of the dirtiest rivers in Texas. Now it's by far one of the cleanest.
It's given back through the Land Trust, through the River Alliance, where he sees there's a difference to be made, and also educating young people as to be good stewards. Stewardship's a big part of Ray's DNA. His work with LCRA went to CTRMA.
The Central Texas Regional Mobility Authority is probably one of the biggest success stories in Central Texas.
But CTRMA was the first regional toll authority in the state of Texas. And by far, it's been the most successful one.
Ray takes his job as chairman very serious. I can tell you 183 South was a project that he's intimately involved with. That effort by Ray to continue to improve the infrastructure is so important to the well-being of the community. So from a staff level to the governor, Ray was one of those guys that brought together the kind of attributes that we absolutely needed to have.
They have made a huge difference in Central Texas.
Between knowing everything about the workings of the Lower Colorado River Authority and the Central Texas Regional Mobility Authority, Ray Wilkerson is probably our premier expert in Central Texas on both the 2 biggest issues we have. Here is a man who personifies the kind of expertise that we would want in an Austinite to deal with those issues.
As proud as Ray is of his service for us in the LCRA, you know, he is probably as or more proud of what he's been able to do with very young children.
He tells a story about him and Chip Oswald fishing and talking between themselves about something that they might do that would make their lives more meaningful, that make a lasting contribution. And out of that conversation comes Heart Gift.
The idea of bringing children here from countries where they don't have access to heart surgery, Ray and I talked about the idea. Ray immediately said, you know, I'm all into that idea. Let's see what we can do. And
He's touched hundreds of young lives through Heart Gift.
We are over 400 children that have received life-saving surgery, and from 34 countries. You haven't lived until you've told a parent that their child is going to live. We don't care about politics, we don't care about religion, we don't care about race or gender or anything else. This is one of those things to save the children of the world.
now we've completed over 400 children, saving their lives, doing their surgery for them, and expect to do close to 70 this next year. Without Ray's skills and commitment to this organization, we would surely not been as successful as we have been.
I think Ray's legacy for Central Texas will be one of a man who saw challenges that could be solved by working together.
Ray Wilkerson is one of those guys that his name's not on a ballot. You're not going to see a bunch of yard signs that have his name on it. But in most folks' lives, he's had an impact.
I don't think there is anybody in town at this moment in Austin, Texas who deserves this more.
He's done so much for this community for so long. It's long overdue, let me just say.
He has had a tremendous impact on the lives of people who live in Central Texas and who will live here 50 years from now, on our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren.